Today's video is sponsored by Current Body. If you want to change your life, you need to understand the power of microshifts. So many people, myself included, I have made this mistake so many times. We try to completely overhaul our life and go from 0 to 100. You haven't worked out in 3 years and all of a sudden you want to start going to the gym 5 times a week, or you want to start 75 hard. And then you wonder why week 3 you completely fall off. It's because you're not used to it. You are trying to do too much all at once, and it's like a shock to your system. Real lasting change doesn't happen from changing everything all at once. It happens from making small intentional changes consistently over time, and these are called microshifts. So I heard about this concept from the book The Mountain Is You by Brianna Wiest, and I want to share something that she said about microshifts. So she says, think of microshifts as tiny increments of change in your day-to-day life. A microshift is changing what you eat for one part of one meal just one time. Then it's doing that a second time and a third. Before you even realize what's happening, you've adopted a pattern of behavior. So when you focus on creating microshifts, you set yourself up for sustainable progress instead of burnout. So in today's video, I'll be sharing with you 7 microshifts that you can make this year to elevate your life. And all of these microshifts will be backed by science, showing you how small intentional changes can have a big impact on your health, your well-being, and your confidence over time. If you like these kinds of videos, definitely make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the little notification bell, and I also have a monthly newsletter that I will be releasing, so you can get on my email list at the link down below. And without further ado, let's get into it. So first up on my list of microshifts is using the Current Body LED red light therapy mask. I have absolutely been loving using this mask every single night before bed, and I also love habit stacking it with a breath work or meditation. It has seriously been my favorite way to wind down after a long day. It's so relaxing and puts me right to sleep. It's the perfect way to invest in my skin while also giving myself a moment of mindfulness. So what's great about this mask is it's a quick and easy at-home alternative to an in-salon facial, giving you those spa-level benefits without ever leaving your house. The mask uses 3 precise wavelengths: red, near infrared, and deep near infrared to stimulate collagen production deep in your skin. It works on fine lines, scars, and even gives your skin an overall glow. The flexible and silicone shape makes it super comfortable to wear and travel friendly, which makes it easier to stay consistent with it. So I've been using the mask 5 times a week since the start of 2025, and I have already noticed such a difference in my skin. My skin feels smoother, it feels more radiant. It just has like an overall glow to it, especially during this time when usually my skin is struggling because of the winter. I've also noticed some unexpected benefits, especially because I use it at the end of my day, that it helps me to sleep better and it also improves my mood. What is also reassuring is that Current Body is the only brand that tests each mask for optimal precision. So for example, for every 10 masks made, 90,000 LED bulbs are tested to ensure they deliver maximum results. That attention to detail shows in the quality of the product and the results that you see. This microshift is proof that small intentional actions can lead to big results. So if you've been thinking about investing in a red light therapy mask, this is your sign. Head to the link in my description and use my code to get 10% off, a savings of $46.90 on your own Current Body LED mask. Trust me, it is the ultimate investment for your skin in 2025. The second microshift to elevate your life in 2025 is increasing your steps. So last year, I had reached a point where I was starting to feel very uncomfortable in my body. I gained about 25 pounds and I was just overall not feeling very good about myself. I wasn't feeling confident. And typically in the past, whenever I kind of start to feel like that, my mind wants to go from 0 to 100. I want to go on an extreme diet. I want to go to the gym 5 times a week. But I decided that I wanted it to be sustainable change. And I knew that I was not in a place where I could completely overwhelm my life. So I just set one goal for myself, and that was to increase my steps. So I got an Oura ring to track my steps, and I realized that my baseline was 6,000. And that was because I was walking my dog twice a day. So I was like, okay, I just want to increase it to 7,000. That is just 1,000 more steps a day, which if you do the math, it's like an extra 10 minutes of a walk. So I was like, great, I can go on an extra 10 minutes of a walk whenever I'm walking my dog. And then I started hitting 7,000. And then after that, I'm like, okay, let me try 8,000. And I slowly worked my way up until I hit 10K steps. And once I was hitting 10K steps consistently, that's when I started to add more and more to my routine, like going to the gym, eventually got a fitness program, and eventually ended up hiring a coach. Like I slowly made changes. Like this was over a period of maybe 6 months. And yes, my progress was slow, but it was sustainable. And I think that's the difference with microshifts, is that they are sustainable. They just become part of your life because you start to realize like, oh, this actually isn't that hard. Whereas when I was hitting 6,000 steps, it would have probably overwhelmed me to jump to 10,000 steps right away, because that would be what, like an additional 30 or 40-minute walk, whereas I was just focusing on 1,000 more steps, which is just a 10-minute walk. I can walk for 10 more minutes. Science shows that walking is one of the best low-impact forms of exercise. It's really good for your joints, for your digestion, especially if you're walking after a meal. I have noticed such a difference whenever I have a stomach ache or food that I ate just isn't sitting well. Whenever I go on a 10-minute walk, I feel so much better. It's like my body is just able to digest that food a lot better. It's also really good for muscle recovery. So if you're constantly in the gym lifting heavy weights, increasing your steps will help you recover faster. And even adding just an extra 10 minutes a day of walking can burn an extra 50 to 100 calories. So if you are on some type of weight loss journey or health journey where you're counting your calories and you're working on increasing your total daily energy expenditure, then walking is a really easy way to do that. And it also really helped to heal my relationship with movement, because I always thought that movement had to be so high intensity and like you have to work up a sweat in order to actually see changes in your body. But I saw changes in my body and with my health just from walking. And it's easy. It's something that you can do with your friends. It's something you can do alone. It's something you can do with your dog. You can listen to a podcast. You can listen to music. You can make it an enjoyable experience. If you live somewhere where not really like the nicest area to walk in, you could drive to a city. You could drive to a park. I ended up exploring so much of San Diego when I first started my whole journey to 10K steps, and it was so fun. And I really helped like my mental health as well. And my dog did benefit from it because she's a Siberian Husky, so she needs a lot of exercise. She needs a lot of stimulation. So she has been really happy for the past year, ever since I started really increasing my steps. And something I've noticed also from increasing my steps is that now I need to walk. Like whenever I am sedentary for too long, like I'm sitting down for too long, I notice pain in my body. It's almost like my body thrives on movement. And I think all of our bodies do. Genuinely, I think that if you have pain, or at least I can speak from my own experience, that walking can really help with that. Like I was experiencing a lot of like lower back pain and feet pain and all of these different things that walking just completely got rid of. So that is a microshift that is definitely going to change your life. Just start slow. Just start by an additional 1,000 steps and slowly work your way up to 10,000 steps. I even saw once that there really is no difference even from 7,500 steps to 10,000 steps in terms of the benefits it has on your health. So, you know, I don't think that 10K needs to be this number that's glorified and like we all need to hit 10K. I think as long as you're hitting over 7,500, like you're doing amazing. Okay, the next microshift to make in 2025 to elevate your life is to do one thing that you love in the morning. So I actually heard this on a podcast recently where she was talking about how if you want to become a morning person, you want to have like a more early morning routine where you actually wake up early and you enjoy it. You want to do something in the morning that you love and that you look forward to. Because I think that especially if you want to start waking up early, it can be hard because it's not fun. Like, it doesn't feel good to like wake yourself up at 5 in the morning if you're not used to it. You can just be like, oh, like I don't want to get up. But if you know, like, okay, if I get up, then I can have my coffee, for example, or I can have my delicious breakfast, or I can go on a walk, or I can do something that I genuinely enjoy and look forward to, it makes you want to get out of bed. And there's science to back this up too. So when you do something you enjoy first thing in the morning, your brain releases dopamine, which then helps to create a positive association with your morning routine. Studies also show that when you anticipate something pleasurable, it activates the reward center of your brain, making it easier for you to take action, like getting out of bed earlier. This is why I think just in general, if there's something that you want to start doing that you kind of have a negative association with it, it's really good to attach some type of reward to that behavior. So if you hate waking up early, if you hate getting out of bed early, attaching something that you love to that is what allows you to create a positive association to it. And then all of a sudden, you want to get out of bed because you're excited and you look forward to your morning coffee. That's what it is for me, by the way. I love creating a latte every morning. I also have this cute little cup that I put it in, and it's just a vibe. I've been making a honey brown sugar latte every morning, and I look forward to it. And just in general, I look forward to my breakfast because I love breakfast. Those two things are really what get me out of bed early in the morning. So maybe for you, it's listening to a podcast. Maybe it's going on a walk. You know, maybe it could even be scrolling on TikTok. Is it not the best to scroll on TikTok first thing in the morning? Yes, of course it's not. We don't want to do that forever, but if that's going to temporarily allow you to create a positive association with getting out of bed early, I think it's okay to do that as long as you do it temporarily. So the next micro shift is doing some type of weekly self-care or reset routine. So for a self-care routine, it could be something like beauty maintenance, so that throughout the week you could be a little bit more low maintenance. I don't know if you've seen those trends on TikTok, like high maintenance things I do to stay low maintenance, where girls will like tint their eyebrows and put self tanner on and, you know, do their nails, do different things like once a week, so that throughout the week they don't have to do those things. Even putting on like eyelash extensions or different things like that just allow you to not take so much time throughout the week. Or something like a weekly reset routine where you take some time each week to just check in with how your week went and then also plan for the upcoming week. So I actually have both of these routines. I usually do my self-care routine on like a Thursday or a Friday so that I can be prepared for the weekend, because usually on the weekend is when I film my YouTube videos, so I want to look my best. So usually for my self-care routine, I'll do my self-tanner, I'll do my face mask, I do like lymphatic drainage, and I really just give myself some time to care for myself. I also will take an everything shower and wash and blow dry my hair and style it so that it's ready for the weekend. And then as far as a weekly reset routine, every Sunday I sit down and I check in with my budget, and I also plan for the upcoming week. So I plan out my workouts. I also plan out like any meetings or anything that I have going on that week. And I also like to plan my meals too. So if I know that I'm going to be in the office a certain amount of days that week, then I will make sure that I know what I'm going to be eating that week. So I think that both of these routines can be really helpful to just allow you to take some time to reset and take some time for yourself. And you don't have to do both of them if you don't resonate with them, but maybe choosing one of them that you resonate with. And you also don't have to make it like hours long. Like it can literally just be 10 minutes on a Sunday where you sit down and you decide what workouts you're going to do that week. Maybe you go into ClassPass or into your gym schedule and you book your workouts for the week. That's what I like to do. I like to go into ClassPass and book my hot Pilates class, my hot yoga class, and then I add it to my calendar. So that way I know, okay, Monday, Tuesday, I'm going to hot yoga. And then I'll kind of create my workout schedule in the gym around that. Studies on productivity show that planning ahead can reduce decision fatigue throughout the week. So even something as small as planning your workouts in advance frees up mental space. And then it makes you more likely to stick to your goals, especially if you put it on your calendar. That's something that I really enjoy doing, is putting things on my calendar. That way I know like it's blocked off. I am doing that thing at that time. Okay, the next micro shift to elevate your life this year is to add a serving of vegetables to one meal a day. So something that I realized recently is that I do not eat enough vegetables. And so I was like, okay, it feels overwhelming to add that many servings of vegetables. Let me just focus on adding one serving of vegetable to one meal a day. So that can look like taking 5 minutes to chop up some zucchini or some peppers and add it to your eggs, something that you already eat every single day. Or maybe you buy frozen vegetables and you heat it up and now you have some broccoli or some green beans during your lunch. Or something that I've been doing that's been super easy is just adding like a handful of spinach into my protein smoothies, because I'm already drinking them. So I might as well just add something green into it, and you don't even really taste the spinach anyways. So that has been something that I've really been enjoying. Vegetables are high in fiber, which helps you regulate your blood sugar levels, which keeps you full for longer. And I notice such a difference whenever I have vegetables in my meal rather than just a meat and a carb. Like I notice a difference in my satiety levels and also my energy too. It's such a small shift and you might be rolling your eyes at this section of it, but trust me, I think we all need to eat a little bit more vegetables, and there are ways to like add it into our lives to make it a little bit easier and not feel so overwhelming. The next micro shift is replacing nightly scrolling with reading. So I saw something on Instagram once that said just reading 6 minutes before bed helps you fall asleep. And I was really struggling with my sleep at that time, so I was like, I'm gonna try anything to get myself to sleep better. And so I started doing that. I started reading before bed, and I have noticed such a difference. I will say though, I don't really like reading self-help books before bed because it kind of just has me like thinking a lot, and then it starts inspiring a lot of creative ideas, and then I find myself like not wanting to go to sleep because I'm just thinking about how I'm gonna change my life. So something I have been enjoying doing is reading like a fun book. Like right now I'm reading Fourth Wing, and that's been fun to read before bed. So reading like a chapter or two, and I just noticed it puts me right to sleep. So reading for even just a few moments can really allow you to reduce stress, signaling to your body that it's time to wind down and go to sleep. Also, the blue light on our phones can suppress melatonin production, which makes it harder for us to fall asleep. So if you read instead of scrolling on your phone, it helps you fall asleep better. The last micro shift to make in 2025 to elevate your life is spending at least 10 to 20 minutes a day just sitting in the sun, just being in the sun. So yesterday I was having a bit of a mental spiral for literally no reason except for hormones, and I looked outside and I saw that the sun was shining down, and I was like, I think I just need the sun. I think that's it. I think that'll solve all my problems. And guess what? It did. I literally sat outside under the sun and I just closed my eyes and just let myself absorb the sunlight, and literally within minutes I felt so much better. And that made me realize I need to spend more time in the sun, whether it's 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, anything, just getting that direct sunlight exposure. Of course, don't forget to wear your SPF. We want to protect our skin, but still getting that sunlight exposure. It is so good for your energy, for your mood. We are literally plants. Like, we need sunshine. Just like we need water, we need sunshine to thrive. Sunlight helps your body produce vitamin D, which helps to regulate your mood and boost your immunity system. It also can help to increase serotonin levels, which helps you feel happier and more relaxed. So make it a goal to spend at least 10-15 minutes outside, whether you sit under the sun when you're drinking your morning coffee or when you're on your morning walk, just spending some time in sunlight. Or if you work a 9 to 5, I think especially during the winter, it can be hard because you wake up early, the sun's not even up, and then by the time you're off work, it's dark outside, and that can really impact your mental health. So if there's any way you can, on your lunch break, just go outside and sit in the sun. Eat your lunch underneath the sun outside. That'll make a huge difference, even if it's just 20 minutes. Because especially right now in the winter, we need all the vitamin D we can get. Also, exposing yourself to sunlight is really good for setting your circadian rhythm, especially when you go out in the sunlight first thing in the morning. You're signaling to your body that it's time to wake up, and that helps you naturally get more tired as the sun goes down. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.